Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 2001 season replay in Payoff Pitch Baseball. After last night's 25-run marathon, I've made a few videos today, but I'm feeling better, so we are going to continue with the replay. Today we are at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington, where the Kansas City Royals are playing the Seattle Mariners. Currently in the replay, I get to standings here in the American League West. The Mariners are currently 28 games behind the Rangers and 10 games under 500. When it comes to the playoffs, the Mariners need to get their act together pronto. As for the American League Central, which is where the Royals are, they are 3 games back of the White Sox for second place in the division at a record of 53-47, 10 games back of the first place Cleveland Indians. So a very important game for both of these teams, as the teams are starting to fight a little bit more for playoff position. Got a little bit of some specks of dust on my glasses. We're just about set here at Safeco Field to get into a little Sunday afternoon baseball. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this one. Starting pitcher for the Seattle Mariners is Aaron Seeley. 15-5 with a 3.60 ERA. 215 innings pitched, 216 hits, 25 homers, 51 walks, and 114 strikeouts in 2001. Last time he was on the board, he had a complete game one-hit shutout on May 31st, 2001, as the Mariners defeated the Baltimore Orioles by a final score of 3-0. So we'll see if Seeley can come anywhere close to replicating that performance. Let's take a look at the Royals' starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Neifi Perez at... Come on, refocus. Neifi Perez at second base, Ray Sanchez at shortstop, Mike Sweeney at first base, Mark Quinn in left field, Raul Ibanez in right field, Greg Zahn catching, Joe Randa at third base, Luis Alicea the designated hitter, and Endy Chavez in center field. That's the lineup Seeley has to keep in check for Seattle as Kansas City trying to make some headway in the American League Central. Leading off for the Royals, Neifi Perez. 1 homer, 8 walks against right-handed pitching with the Royals in 2001. We are using blue, teal, and gray dice today. Mariners are the home team. Mariners trying to get their act together in the American League Central or in the American League West. Royals trying to climb, or in the American League West. Royals trying to climb back into the race in the American League Central. Only one team can achieve their goal. Seeley will get the sign from Tom Lampkin, and we will find out which team is going to achieve their goal by going to the first pitch. And we will get started off with a 7 as a tough 51. That'll be grounded over to third. Picking that up is going to be David Bell. He'll make the play over to first for out number 1, and we are underway here at Safeco Field. Ray Sanchez, now the batter for the Royals. No homers, 8 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Seeley gets the sign from Lampkin, and he will pitch. 9 is an in-play 30, and that's going to be a base hit for Sanchez. He will have a single. Infield set for double play depth. Mike Sweeney, now the batter. 23 homers, 38 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Sanchez is an A4. That's probably a very good chance to get the jump at the very least. A4 is actually an excellent chance to steal. He has a jump of 4 against a hold of 4, which is probably not a good chance for getting the jump. Nope, he will hold. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 90. That'll be bounced over to short. Picking that up is going to be Guillen We'll see if the Mariners can turn the double play. 7 or less on 2d6. Guillen's got it. He'll throw that over to Boone. That'll get Sanchez. Boone will make the relay over to Olerud at first. That'll be in time for a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Stadium cheers. Yay! No runs and a hit for the Royals. Score is now Kansas City 0. Seattle coming to bat here in the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals today is Paul Byrd. 6-6 with a 4.05 ERA. 93 and a third innings pitched, 110 hits, 11 homers, 22 walks, 49 strikeouts with the Royals in 2001. Let's take our first look at Seattle's starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Ichiro in right field. Mark McLemore is the designated hitter. Brett Boone is at second base. John Olerud is at first base. Mike Cameron is in center field. Al Martin's in left field. Carlos Guillen is the shortstop. David Bell is at third base. And Tom Lampkin is catching. Leading off for the Mariners here is Ichiro. 7 homers, 13 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Byrd will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 9 is an in-play 73. That'll be bounced over to short. Sanchez will grab that one. He'll make the throw, get the speedy Ichiro by a couple of steps, and that's out number 1. Mark McLemore, now the batter. 4 homers, 54 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Byrd will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 97. That'll get lifted into left field. Quinn will have no issues getting to that one. He'll make the play for out number 2. Brett Boone, now the batter. 28 homers, 20 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Byrd will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 9 is an in-play 3, and Boone is going to extend the inning with a 2-out double. Batter now is John Olerud. 18 homers, 55 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Boone at second with the first run of the game. Byrd will get the sign from Zahn, and he will pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse 50, and that's going to be a base hit by Olerud. Boone will come in to score. It is now 1-0 Mariners. Stadium cheers. Yay! Mike Cameron, now the batter for the Mariners. 19 homers, 45 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Byrd will get the sign from Zahn. 1-0 Seattle, bottom of the first. Byrd will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 80, yes. Just misses getting on base. That'll be lifted into center field. Getting under that is going to be Chavez. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Mariners strike first. 1 run on 2 hits. 1-0 Seattle after 1. Red Sox had a blasted 4 spot last night at this point. Top of the second brings us to the middle of the Kansas City order. Mark Quinn, now the batter for the Royals. 11 homers, 7 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 9 is an in-play 2, and Quinn is going to lead off the inning. That'll get to the wall. That's going to be a double. Doesn't look like it's going to be a dominant performance for Seeley so far. Raul Ibanez, now the batter with nobody out. 12 homers, 26 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Quinn will stay put at second base. Decent contact, probably ties this game. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. Fans here at Safeco Field already on their feet, hoping for a big pitch. Seeley will set, and he will pitch. 8 is an in-play 54, and that'll be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Martin. He will make the catch for out number 1. Run rating on Quinn is not high enough to advance to third. He will hold at second. Greg Zahn, now the batter with 1 out. 4 homers, 8 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Quinn will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is an in-play 69. Grounded over to second. Grabbing that is going to be Boone. He'll make the throw over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Quinn will take third on the throw. Joe Randa, now the batter. 11 homers, 31 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. The tying run, 90 feet away. Let's remember to change the inning, Phoenix. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 9. Ball 4. Randa will go to first with a 2-out walk. Mariners looking a little shaky here. Luis Alicea, now the batter. 4 homers, 19 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. Fans here at Safeco Field are loud, hoping Seeley can get out of trouble. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Seeley will set, and he will pitch. 3 is an in-play 44, and that's going to be grounded right back to Seeley. He will take his time, throw that over to first. That will retire the side. Stadium size. Phew! A hit and a walk, but the Royals can't parlay that into the tying run. Still 1-0 Seattle as we move into the bottom of the second. Stadium size. Phew! Bottom of the second coming up, and we're down to the... We're in the middle of the Seattle order. Al Martin, now the batter. 7 homers, 32 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little Sunday afternoon baseball here on the channel. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 10. Ball 4. Slider misses the zone badly. And Martin will lead the inning off with a walk. Infield set at double play. Batter now is Carlos Guillen. 2 homers, 42 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 45. Ball 4 once again. Curveball now getting away from Bird. Bird may be starting to have some control issues here. Second walk of the inning given up by Bird. David Bell, now the batter. 11 homers, 20 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Fans here at Safeco Field hoping Seattle can take advantage. Bird will get the sign from Zahn, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 2, and yep, that looks like it'll take advantage because that's going to be a double. Opposite field shot into right field. Runners advance 2 bases. That'll bring Martin into score. Guillen will go to third. Bell will go to second. 2-0 Seattle. Oop. Stadium cheers. Yay! The infield has got to play in, as there is nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Seattle already threatening to run away with this one, and here's Tom Lampkin. 5 homers, 15 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Fans here at Safeco Field hoping Seattle can take advantage of this situation. Bird will get the sign from Zahn, and he will pitch. 4 is a ballpark check. 67 is in play for Lampkin. And a 62 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that is going to be Quinn. He will make the catch. That will be out number 1. I think since it was wheelhouse or patient. Guillen actually does have a high enough run rating. He will come in and score on the sac fly. Let's see, that's going to be F7, R3 advances. And it'll be 3-0 Seattle on the sac fly. Stadium cheers. Yay! And here's Ichiro as the infield will play back. Ichiro grounded out his first time up. 3-0 Seattle here in the bottom of the second. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 3 is an in-play 43. Just misses being a single. That's going to get popped up on the infield. Getting under that is Sanchez at short. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 2. It was a good pitch, but Ichiro just got under it just enough. Here's McLemore with 2 outs. McLemore is 0 for 1. He flew to left his first time up. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a tough 98. Lifted into left field. Once again, going back for that is going to be Quinn. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Mariners strike again. 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, and a sacrifice fly. It is now 3-0 Seattle after 2. Thankfully, a much more sedate pace of runs than we had last night on the board. Good grief. Top of the third, and we're at the bottom of the Kansas City order. Here's Endy Chavez. No homers, 3 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. 3-0 Seattle as we move into the top of the third. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 4 is a ballpark check. 65 is in play for the lefty Chavez. And a 97 is going to get lifted into right field, where Ichiro is waiting for that one. He will make the catch. That'll be out number 1. Here's Perez. Perez is 0 for 1. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 21. Ball 4. Perez will go to first with a 1-out walk. Infield will set at double play depth for Sanchez. Sanchez has a single today. 3-0 Seattle, top of the third. Sealy trying to work around a 1-out walk. Perez, not much of a threat to steal. He will hold. Sealy will get the sign from Zahn, and he will pitch. 7 is a tough 39, and that's going to be a base hit for Sanchez. He will have a single. Sharp liner into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. And all of a sudden, the Royals have the tying run coming to the plate with 1 out, and that is in the form of the dangerous Sweeney. Sweeney, though, is 0 for 1. He hit into the double play that ended the first. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. Fans here at Safeco Field hoping Seeley can get a repeat of Sweeney's at bat in the first. Seeley will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a tough 27, and he's not going to get a repeat. Instead, that's going to be a double by Sweeney. The opposite field shot into right field. Runners advance 2 bases. That will bring Perez in to score. Sweeney will go to third, 3-1, or Sanchez will go to, actually, yes, Perez will score, Sanchez to third, Sweeney to second. It is 3-1 Kansas City, or 3-1 Seattle. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Quinn. The infield will play, they'll play in. Quinn today has a double of his own. 1 out here, top of the third, Kansas City threatening to tie this game. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 28, and that's going to be a base hit by Quinn. That'll bring at least 1 run in. Hard grounder into right field. That's actually going to clear the bases except for Quinn. Both runs will come in to score. Quinn will go to first. We're tied at 3. Stadium groans. Ugh. Infield back to double play depth though. Batter now is Ibanez. Ibanez today is over 1. He flew to left. I had to say something about the more sedate pace of runs, didn't I? Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. Come on, can't shake these dice. There we go. Now he will pitch. 3 is an in-play 26. Just misses that. That's going to get popped up on the infield. Getting under that is Boone. He will make the catch for out number 2. Zahn, now the batter. Zahn today is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 35, and that is just in the range, but that will be a base hit. Long single in the gap to center field. Quinn will go to third, and we've got runners at the corners with 2 outs. Randa, now the batter. Randa today has a walk. Royals now have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 73. Fly ball into center field. Getting under that is Cameron. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side, but not before the Royals manage to tie this game. 3 runs on 4 hits and a walk. We are tied at 3, moving into the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third brings us to the heart of the Mariners' order. Here's Boone. Boone has a double today, and he scored the first run for Seattle today. Tied at 3 here in the bottom of the third. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a tough 60. Base hit by Boone. He'll lead off the inning with a single. Infield set for double play. Batter now is Olerud. Olerud today has a single as well. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Tied at 3. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 74. That'll be lifted into center field. Coming under that for Kansas City is going to be Chavez. He'll make the catch, out number 1. Cameron, now the batter. Cameron flew out to center his first time up as well. Boone, not much of a threat to steal. He will hold. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 4 is a ballpark check. 61 for a righty is in play. And a 38. That's going to be popped up behind the plate. Going back for that is going to be Zahn. He'll toss his mask, have time for a 5-second power nap before he'll make the catch. 4, out number 2. Martin, now the batter with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Martin walked his first time up. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 66. Base hit by Martin. Hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Boone will go to 3rd on the base hit. As neither team seems able to get out of innings with 2 outs. Batter now is Guillen. Guillen today walked and scored on a sac fly. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Mariners have runners at the corners. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a tough 23. Called strike 3 on Guillen, and the inning is over. Changeup gets the black to retire the side. Mariners almost take the lead. 1 run no runs, 2 hits. We are tied at 3 here in Seattle after 3. Thankfully, I don't have to try to make scoreless in Seattle catch on again. Actually, I'm going to take a quick water break here because I feel my throat already getting a little bit dry. Much better. Top of the 4th brings us back to the bottom of the Kansas City order. Here's Alicea. Alicea grounded out his first time up. Tied at 3 as we move into the top of the 4th. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 9 is an in-play 63. Fly ball into right field. Ichiro will have no issues with that one. He'll make the catch. 4, out number 1. Chavez, now the batter. Actually, hold on. I just did that on Bell's section. Chavez, now the batter. Chavez also flew to right his first time up. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin, and he will pitch. 5 is a tough 13. Swing and a miss by Chavez. Strike 3. That's out number 2. Was way behind the high heat. Two outs, and the batter now is Perez. Perez is 0 for 1 with a walk. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 31. That's going to be just a little bit too high. That'll get popped up on the infield. Getting under that at second base is Boone. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. For the first time all game for either team, 1, 2, 3 go the Royals here in the top of the 4th. Still tied at 3 as we move into the home half of the 4th inning. Bottom of the fourth brings us to the bottom of the Mariners order. Here's Bell. Bell has a double today. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is an in-play 26, and Bell will get us started with a base hit. Bell is now 2 for 2. Infield set for double play. Batter now is Lampkin. Lampkin is 0 for 1. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a tough 76. That'll be lifted into center field. Getting under that for Kansas City is going to be Chavez. He will make the catch for out number 1. Ichiro, now the batter. Ichiro is 0 for 2 today. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is an in-play 15, and Ichiro will have a single. Short, soft blooper into right field. Runner on first will advance 1 base. That is Ichiro's first hit of the day. Infield still set for double play. Batter now is McLemore. McLemore is 0 for 2. We're going to get some activity in Kansas City's bullpen as getting loose for the Royals. I think the Royals right now are looking at eating up. They're gonna look at eating up innings to start. Let's see if any of these pitchers are going to be starting soon for Kansas City. He just started. So getting loose for Kansas City is going to be Blake Stein. He's going to start getting up and start throwing in the Royals bullpen. As we've got a very dangerous situation if you're a Kansas City fan. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. Fans at Safeco Field hoping McLemore can get a big-time hit. Bird will set, and he will pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse 1, and, well, they don't get much bigger than that because that's going to give the Mariners a 6-3 lead with a boom! High, deep, gone! Home run, Mark McLemore. Party at the plate on his dime. 6-3 in favor of Seattle. Stadium cheers. Yay! Batter now is Boone. Boone is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Bird is now fatigued. He's gonna face Boone, and then they're probably going to pull him for Stein. Stein needs some time to get ready. Bird will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 4 is a ballpark that's automatically wheelhouse, and a 36. Well, I think it might be about time for Stein to come in because that's getting out of here as well with a boom! High, deep, gone! Brett Boone sends the Mariners back to back. 7-3 Seattle. Stadium cheers. Yay! Batter now is Olerud, and that is going to be it for Bird. He's going to come out of the game as the Royals are going to go to the bullpen. And coming in to pitch for Kansas City is going to be Blake Stein. 7-8 with a 4.74 ERA. 131 innings pitched, 112 hits, 20 homers, 79 walks, 113 strikeouts in 2001. They're going to use him to eat up a few innings. At least that's the plan for Kansas City here. As this game has suddenly gotten very ugly if you're a Royals fan. So we'll let Digital Diamond get all caught up as Olerud will take his practice swings. Stein will get the sign from Zahn, and we've got some bad poetry coming up there. Stein will set, and he will pitch. 7-3 Seattle. 8 is going to be a tough 24. Called strike 3 on Olerud. He's out on strikes. That is out number 2. Cameron, now the batter with 2 outs. Cameron is 0 for 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Mariners out to a 7-3 lead. Stein will look in at Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 11 is a patient 48, and Cameron's going to get into 1. That'll get into the gap. Cameron will be at second with a double. Two outs in the inning, and the batter now is Martin. Martin today is 1 for 1. He's got a single and a walk. Cameron at second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Seattle leading 7-3. Stein will get the sign from Zahn, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 85. That'll be grounded over to second. Perez will get to that one. He'll make the throw over to first, and that will retire the side. But the Mariners pick up some serious offense here. 4 runs on 5 hits. A 3-run blast by Mark McLemore and then a solo shot by Brett Boone. Score is now 7-3 Seattle after 4. And we are officially way past scoreless in Seattle. Thank God. Top of the 5th, we'll get some activity in Seattle's bullpen, as getting loose for the Mariners is going to be... The Mariners are going to get Ryan Franklin warming up in the bullpen. Mariners might want to eat up some innings themselves here. Leading off the top of the 5th, we've got Sanchez. Sanchez today is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles. Sealy would love to not have a repeat of that. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a tough 74. Grounded over to second. Picking that up is going to be Boone. He'll make the throw over to first for out number 1. Sweeney, now the batter. Sweeney has a double that drove in 2 runs for Kansas City. 7-3 Seattle, top of the 5th. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is an in-play 93. That'll get lifted into left field. Back for that one is going to be Martin. He'll make the catch at the track for out number 2. Quinn, now the batter. Quinn is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 8. Ball 4, just barely. but a slider will miss the zone, and Quinn will find himself at first with a 2-out walk. Batter now is Ibanez with 2 outs. Ibanez is 0 for 2. Seeley looking at Lampkin for the sign, and here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 10. Swing and a miss by Ibanez. Strike 3. That will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Royals. It is now 7-3 Seattle as we move into the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, bottom of the Mariners order, here's Guillen. Guillen is 0 for 1 with a walk, and he scored on a sac fly. 7-3 Seattle, bottom of the 5th. Stein will look in at Zahn for the sign. He will set, here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 34, just barely out of wild pitch range, but that'll be a called strike 3 instead on Guillen, for strike 3 as the changeup gets the black for out number 1. Here's Bell. Bell today is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Stein will look in at Zahn. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 9 is a patient 33. And I believe actually I always house rule that it's a wild pitch, but I think with the bases empty, I usually rule that that's a wild pitch, and I think I've been ruling that that's a wild pitch even with the bases empty, so I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to stick to that it's in the wild pitch range. That'll be ball 1. And we will do it again. Nine is a patient 24, and that's still going to be ball 4. Bell will still find himself on base with a 1-out walk. Infield set for double play. Batter now is Lampkin. Lampkin today is 0 for 2. We actually don't need that balls and strikes count or tracker anymore at this point. Stein will look in at Zahn for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 12. Swing and a miss by Lampkin. Strike 3 for out number 2. Here's Ichiro. Ichiro is 1 for 3 with a single today. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, Mariners leading 7-3. Stein will look in at Zahn for the sign, and he will pitch. 7 is a tough 91. That'll be grounded over to second. Perez will grab that one for Kansas City. He'll make the throw over to first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the 1-out walk for the Mariners. It is now 7-3 Seattle after 5. Franklin will continue to throw in the bullpen for Seattle. He's ready in case Seeley gets into trouble. Leading off the top of the 6th, we've got Zahn. Zahn today is 1 for 2 with a single. Seeley will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a tough 52. That'll be a base hit for Zahn. He'll fight that off and get a single out of it. Zahn now 2 for 3. Infield set for double play. Randa, now the batter. Randa's 0 for 1 with a walk. Seeley looking in at Lampkin for the sign, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 32, and Randa's going to get into that one. That'll get into the gap. That will be a double for Randa. All runners score, so Zahn will come in to score. Randa will go to second. 7-4 Seattle. Stadium groans. Ugh. Alicea, now the batter. Alicea today is 0 for 2. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Seattle's lead has been cut to 7-4. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin, and he will pitch. 8 is an in-play 48. That'll be grounded over to first. Picking that up is will be Olerud. He'll take that to the bag himself for the first out of the inning. I believe if it's hit to first with runner on second. Let's see. Runner on second advances to third when it's fielded. Okay, so yeah, Randa will take third on the play. Nope. Alicea is out. What am I doing? The infield will play in. Batter now is Chavez. Chavez is 0 for 2. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a tough 22. Called strike 3 on Chavez. That's out number 2. The curveball working there for Sealy. 2 down in the inning. Perez, now the batter with 2 down. Perez is 0 for 2 with a walk. Sealy will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 3 is an in-play 76. That'll be way too high. That'll be a fly ball into center field. Back for that one is Cameron. He'll have room at the track. He will make the catch to retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. And Kansas City has closed it to within 7-4 as we move into the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 6th, or bottom of the 6th, brings us to the top of the Mariners order. Here's McLemore. McLemore is 1 for 3, but that 1 was a 3-run homer. 7-4 Seattle, bottom of the 6th. Stein will look into Zahn for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a tough 27. Called strike 3 on McLemore as the slider gets the zone. Strike 3 for out number 1. We have our second near cycle in as many days as Boone is now at the plate. He is 3 for 3 with a single, a double, and a homer. He is a triple shy of the cycle. Stein will look into Zahn for the sign. Boone can get a triple on his own. Stein will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a tough 66. He won't get it that way. That'll be hit over to third. Grabbing that is going to be Randa. He'll make the throw over to first for out number 2. Here's Olerud. Olerud today is 1 for 3 with a single. Stein will look in at Zahn for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse 74. That'll be lifted into center field. Going back for that one is Chavez. He'll be back toward the track, but he will have room to make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th. Still 7-4 Mariners after 6. Just going to check some of my timers real quick. Okay. You should be able to put that off for the 7th inning stretch. What I can't put off is another quick water break. Top of the 7th brings us back. Actually, before we get to that, Seeley is going to come out of the game. The Mariners are going to go to the bullpen. Coming in to pitch is going to be Ryan Franklin. 5-1 with a 3.56 ERA. 78 in the 3rd innings pitched. 76 hits. 13 homers. 24 walks. 60 strikeouts in 2001. Batter for the Royals leading off is Sanchez. Sanchez is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Right. Okay. I'm just getting Digital Diamond caught up here before we resume. Franklin will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a tough 62. That'll be grounded over to 3rd. Picking that up is going to be Bell. He'll take his time, make the throw over to 1st. 1 out in the inning. Batter now is Sweeney. Sweeney is 1 for 3 with a double. 7-4 Seattle, top of the 7th. Franklin will get the sign from Lampkin, and he will pitch. 5 is a ballpark check. 32 for a righty is wheelhouse. Uh-oh. This could be trouble. 97, though, is a fly ball into left field. Back for that one is going to be Martin. He's back to the track, and the ball is going to die out there for out number 2. Quinn, now the batter. Quinn is 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and a walk. Franklin will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a ballpark check. 59, he's a righty. That's in play. And a 90-something is going to be an out of some kind. A 97, that's going to get lifted into left field. Waiting for that one is Martin. He will make the catch on that as well. And retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals here in the top of the 7th. Just in time for the 7th inning stretch. Saying take me out to the ball game. Once I get this all reset, I will take a small break. Which will include me heading downstairs. So be right back. I don't have time for the games with the dryer app. Don't forget, we will have Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey Games after today's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night. We'll be at Olympic Stadium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It'll be July 29th, 2001, the final schedule block of July. As the Atlanta Braves will be playing the NL East leading Montreal Expos. Yes, I know that still sounds really weird to me too. John Burkett will be on the mound for the Braves, and Tony Armas will be on the mound for the Expos. Tune in for that game in Montreal tomorrow night. Bottom of the 7th, leading off for the Mariners is Cameron. Cameron is 1 for 3 with a double. Stein will look in at Zahn for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 4 is a patient 61, and that'll be a leadoff single by Cameron. Normally I note when the pitchers come in, but I didn't for when Franklin came in. Infield set for double play depth. Batter here is Martin. Martin today is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Stein will look in at Zahn for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 4 is a patient 42. Ball 4. Martin will go to first with a walk. And just like that, the Mariners have 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Batter now is Guillen. Guillen today is 0 for 2 with a walk, and he scored on a sac fly. Are they going to have him lay down a bunt here? I think the answer to that is going to be yes. They are going to have him lay down the bunt here. He's an A bunt, and that'll be a good bunt right in front of the plate. The only play Zahn will have is over to second. Actually, that'll be a sacrifice. He'll make the play over to first. So that'll be out number 1. Bell, now the batter. The infield has got to play in. Bell today is 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and a walk. Stein will look into Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 38, and that's going to be a double for Bell. Both runs will score. Not going to bother flipping over a card for that. It is now 9-4 Seattle. Stadium cheers. Yay! A 2 RBI double. A 2 RBI double by Bell. Batter now is Lampkin with 1 out. Lampkin today is 0 for 3. We're going to get some more activity in Kansas City's bullpen, as getting loose for the Royals is going to be they're going to get Corey Bailey. The Royals are going to get Corey Bailey warming up in the bullpen. 9-4 Seattle here in the bottom of the 7th. On a 2 RBI double by Stein. Or by Bell. Stein will look into Zahn for the sign, and he will pitch. Boxcars is a defense check. Let's see who we're checking. We are looking at error on the first baseman. First baseman for Kansas City is Sweeney. His error rating is a 2. Just what the Royals need right now is some sus fielding. Which that will very much be an error. Let's see how bad it is, though. That is going to be a 2-base error on Sweeney. So E3, R2. How do we do that? So E3, actually I think we got to do it R02, R22. So the 2-base error will bring Bell into score, Lampkin will go to first, or go to second. It is now 10-4 Seattle. Hold on. And I'm going to back this up because I think what I need to do is I should end up with Lampkin at second base. And I think what I need to do with that is, let's do it this way. So E3, R22, R01. Let's see if that gives me what I want. Perfect. There we go. Now we got that sorted out. Now that we got that sorted out, Ichiro's the batter. Ichiro today is 1 for 4 with a single. 10-4 Seattle in the bottom of the seventh. Lampkin or Stein will get the sign from Zahn. Lampkin at second. Stein will set, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 93. That'll be lifted into right field. Going back for that is going to be Ibanez. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 2. Batter now is McLemore. McLemore is 1 for 4 with a 3-run homer. Stein will look into Zahn for the sign, trying to get out of this without any further damage. Stein will set, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 52. Called strike 3 on McLemore. McLemore does not like the call, argues with the umpire, but ultimately he will be retired on strikes to retire the side. One run, 1 hit, and a 2-base error, and the score is now 10-3. Actually, 3 runs on 2 hits, an error, a sacrifice hit, and a walk, and it is now 10-4 Seattle after 7. Top of the 8th brings us to the middle of the Royals order. Here's Ibanez. Ibanez today is 0 for 3. Franklin trying to keep this game locked down. He will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is a wheelhouse 5, and that's not going to help keep it locked down. Ibanez is going to try to get the Royals back into it with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Raul Ibanez. 10-5 Seattle. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Zahn. Zahn today is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Franklin will get the sign from Lampkin. 10-5 Seattle here in the top of the 8th. Franklin will set, and he will pitch. 3 is a patient 95. He's not that patient. That'll get lifted into left field. Back for that one is going to be Martin. He will make the catch for out number 1. Here's Randa. Randa is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Franklin will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is a wheelhouse 91. That'll be hit hard, but it'll be hit right to Guillen. He'll make the play over to second for out number 2. And here's Alicea. Alicea is 0 for 3. Franklin will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is a wheelhouse 66. That'll be a little bit too high. That'll be hit hard, but right to Boone. He'll make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, a solo bomb by Raul Ibanez, and it is now 10-5 Seattle as we move into the bottom of the 8th. Leading off the bottom of the 8th, Boone has what's likely going to be his last chance at the cycle today. Boone is 3 for 4 with a single, a double, and a homer. He's a triple shy of the cycle. And looking at his card, Boone can get a triple on his own. Stein will look into Zahn for the sign. Fans here at Safeco Field hoping Boone can get that triple. Stein will set, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 15. He's not going to get it. That's instead going to be a swing and a miss by Boone as Boone tried to do too much with it. Strike 3, that's out number 1. Batter now is Olerud. Olerud today is 1 for 4. We're going to get some activity in Seattle's bullpen as Arthur Rhodes is going to start getting loose. No. Actually, Stein is long tired, so they're actually going to take him out of the game. I just now realized he was long fatigued. Coming in to pitch for Kansas City, I do try to manage fatigue as best as I can. Coming in to pitch for Kansas City is going to be a righty, Corey Bailey. 1-1 with a 3.48 ERA, 67 and a third innings pitched, 57 hits, 3 homers, 33 walks, 61 strikeouts in 2001. His job is to stop this, is to keep Seattle from going crazy and then hope Kansas City can pull off a miracle like the White Sox almost did on the board last night. Holy crap, I'm still feeling the effects of that game last night. But I'm all in all better today. Bailey will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. Boxcars is a tough 45, and Olerud's going to fight that off for a base hit. Of course, the first thing Bailey does is put the first man he sees on base. Infield will move to double play. Batter now is Cameron. Cameron today is 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Bailey will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a patient 55, and that's going to be a base hit by Cameron. He will have a single. Line drive into left field. 2 on, 1 out, just like that. Then I'm going to come at it from this side. Batter now is Martin. Martin today is 1 for 2 with a single and 2 walks. Olerud at second, Cameron at first. 1 out in the inning. Bailey will get the sign from Zahn, and he will pitch. 7 is a patient 50, and Martin's going to get into that one. That'll get to the gap, and that'll be a double. Deep drive off the left field wall. Runners on first, advance 2 bases plus. Olerud will score. Cameron will go to third. Martin will go to second. And that'll be 11-5 Seattle. The Mariners are not going to get cute here. That'll be a 2B7. The way they're playing, they don't need to get cute. And that'll be 11-5 Seattle. Stadium cheers. Yay! The infield has got to play in. Batter now is Guillen. Guillen today is 0 for 2 with a walk, a sacrifice hit, and scored on a sacrifice fly. Bailey will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 9 is a tough 31. That's a wild pitch, and that'll bring Cameron to the plate. 12-5 Seattle as Cameron will score on the wild pitch. That also doubles as ball 1. We will pitch again. Yep. 10 is a tough 54, and that's going to be a base hit for Guillen. That'll bring Martin in as well. 13-5 Seattle. Stadium cheers. Yay! Infield will set for double play. Batter now is Bell. Bell today is... Bell is 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, a single, and a walk. The infield is at double play depth. We're going to get some activity in Kansas City's bullpen as they're going to get Jason Grimsley warming up just to stop the bleeding here. Excuse me. Bailey will get the sign from Zahn. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 88. That'll be a little bit too high. That'll get bounced over to short. Picking that up is going to be Sanchez. We'll see if the Royals can turn the double play. That'll be a 7 or less on 2D6. Sanchez will get that. He'll throw that over to Perez. That'll get Guillen. Perez will make the relay to Sweeney. That'll be in time for a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. But the Mariners get more runs here. 3 runs on 4 hits and a wild pitch. And it is now 13-5 Seattle after 8. Where we have the age-old question to answer of, will we see some 9th inning magic? Franklin is going to come out of the game, and hopefully to help stop the 9th inning magic, the Mariners are going to turn to Arthur Rhodes. 8-0 with a 1.72 ERA, 68 innings pitched, 46 hits, 5 homers, 12 walks, 83 strikeouts in 2001. This is not a save situation, however. I mostly want to make sure that there's no funny business here, that we've got a miracle going on. Batter now is Chavez. Chavez is 0 for 3 tonight. I'm just hoping we don't have another 2-hour stream like we did last night. But things are looking good for that, so let's keep our fingers crossed and knock on wood. Rhodes will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set and he will pitch. 10 is of course we find the ballpark, but a 37 is in play as they're going lefty on lefty. A 75, that'll get lifted into center field. Going under that for Seattle is going to be Cameron. He will make the catch. That will be out number 1. Perez, now the batter. Perez is 0 for 3 with a walk. Rhodes will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set and he will pitch. 10 is find another ballpark, but a 90 is also in play. Perez batting righty against the lefty Rhodes. And a 5, that's going to be a base hit for Perez. He will have a single. Here come the Royals. God, I hope not. Double play depth. Batter now is Sanchez. Sanchez is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Rhodes trying to finish this game. He will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 3. Swing and a miss by Sanchez. Strike 3. That'll be out number 2. Sanchez could not catch up to the heat. And the last chance for the Royals today belongs to Mike Sweeney. Sweeney is 1 for 4 with a double. Rhodes trying to get the Mariners out of this game. He will get the sign from Lampkin. Safeco Field is loud on their feet, hoping Rhodes can finish this one off. Rhodes will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a tough 41, and Sweeney's going to get into that one. That's going to be a double. Perez will score. It is now 13-6. Kansas, 13-6 Seattle. Stadium groans. Ugh. Hopefully not a sign of things to come for the Mariners or for me. Here's Quinn. Quinn is 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and a walk. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th, and we forgot to change that over. Rhodes will get the sign from Lampkin. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 35. Called strike 3 on camera on Quinn. Strikeout. That's your game. The Seattle Mariners hold on and beat the Kansas City Royals by a final score of 13-6. One run on 2 hits. Stadium cheers. Yay! Final line score coming up. For the Mariners, 13 runs on 16 hits and no errors. For the Royals, 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. Winning pitcher today is going to be Aaron Seeley. He's going to go to 2-0 on the board. Paul Bird will end up with the loss, and Ryan Franklin will get a hold. Rhodes will not because he allowed a run during his tenure at the plate. Of course, you guys know the drill. We are not done yet because we still have Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey games to get to. So as usual, let me do my cleanup and then we will see to that. Only 19 runs today, but I think I can deal with that a little bit better. Oop. Just realized I didn't have my iPad plugged into charge this whole time. Whoops. Probably should have that. Let's see how the rest of the majors fared here on the board, as the Mariners take this one by a final score of 13-6. To get some help with seeing how the rest of the majors fared, we've got our friends at Downey Games providing Ultra Quick Baseball, along with the clutch ratings from Fast Score to help us out with that. So, let's see how the rest of the majors fared. Here on July 25th, we are starting off with the Devil Rays and the Angels. Tampa Bay, N36 is 3. Anaheim, L55, that is 4. That's a win for the Halos. Padres and the Diamondbacks. San Diego, T13 is 3. Arizona, Q63 is 7, and the Snakes will poison the Friars. Reds and the Braves. Cincinnati, Q31 is 4. Atlanta, N11 is 0. That game belongs to the Reds. Rangers and the Orioles. Texas didn't want this one. Q11 is 0. Orioles, H63. That is 4. That's a win for the Brown Birds. Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Toronto, Q46 is 5. Boston, R63 is 8. That's a win for the Bo Sox. Pirates and the Cubs are both Ps. Pittsburgh rolls a 15. That's 3. Chicago flips that, rolls a 51. That's 5. That's a win for the Baby Bears. They get to hang the W flag. White Sox and the Indians. White Sox, P26 is 3. Indians, T51. That's 6. The Tribe will double up the Pale Hose. Giants and the Rockies. San Francisco, N22 is 2. Colorado, U13 is 3. That's a win for the Rockies. Mets and the Marlins. Mets, N33 is 3. Florida, S54 is 6. The Marlins will double up the Mets. Dodgers and the Brewers. Los Angeles, N64 is 7. Milwaukee, Q32 is 4. That's a win for the Dodgers. Tigers and the Yankees. Detroit, Q35 is 4. Yankees, P46 is 5. That's a win for the Bronx Bombers. Twins and the Athletics. Minnesota, T65 is 9. Oakland, U13 is 3. The Twins will triple up the Athletics. Expos and the Phillies are both Ps. Montreal rolls a 63. That is 7. Phillies roll a 35. That's 4. And that's a win for Montreal. Astros and the Cardinals. Houston, U24 is 4. St. Louis, S13 is 3. That's a win for the Spacefarers. Actually, Orioles and the Rangers. Wait. Hold on. It looks like they had a double header. Something's wrong. I don't know how these got swapped, but it looks like this was a double header. All right, let's roll it game 2. Orioles, I-24 is 2. Rangers. Oh, yeah, look. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Something happened, and these ended up swapped. So, actually, the Orioles should be... Yeah, I'm a little confused. So, it looks like it should be H... So, it looks like it should be H16 for the Orioles. That's 2. Rangers R24. Actually, yeah, Rangers would still have the same... No, they wouldn't. Q24, that's 3. That's a win for the Rangers. Looks like that should have been a double header. I don't know what happened there. Maybe a wrong date. Anyway, on to July 26th. On to July 26th, we've got the Devil Rays and the Angels. Devil Rays, N62 is 6. Angels, L32 is 3. That's a win for the Devil Rays. Giants and the Diamondbacks. San Francisco, T45 is 5. Arizona, S34. That is 4. That's a win for the G-Men. Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Toronto, Q25 is 3. Boston, R26 is also 3. They will have extras. Toronto rolls a 5 plus 0. Boston rolls a 4. -1 is 3. That's a win for the Jays in extras. Cardinals and the Cubs. Both of them roll a 24. St. Louis's is good for 4. St. Louis's S is good for 4. So is Chicago's U. They will go to extras. St. Louis rolls a 3. -2 is 1. Chicago rolls a 1. -2 is -1. Neither team wanted that one, but the Cardinals will get it in bonus baseball. White Sox and the Indians. White Sox, P25 is 3. Indians, T35 is 5. That's another win for the Tribe. Rockies and the Dodgers. Colorado, U35 is 5. Los Angeles, M53 is 4. That's a win for Colorado. Braves and the Expos. Atlanta, M36 is 3. Montreal, Q25 is also 3. They will go to extras. Braves roll a 1. -2 is -1. Expos roll a 2 + 0. That'll be a win for the Expos in extras. Tigers and the Yankees. Detroit, Q24 is 3. Yankees, P12, that's 1. That's a win for the Kitty Cats. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies, R12 is 2. Mets, O15 is also 2. They will go to extras. Phillies roll a 2 + 0. Mets roll a 6 + 3 is 9. That'll be a win for the Mets in extras. Twins and the Athletics. Twins, T14 is 3. Oakland, U44 is 6. That'll be a win for the A's. Astros and the Pirates are both O's. Houston rolls an 11, that's 0. Pittsburgh rolls a 21, that's 2. The Pirates will hang the Jolly Roger. Royals and the Mariners. Kansas City, S41 is 5. Seattle rolls an 11, that's 1. That's a win for Kansas City. Orioles and the Rangers. Baltimore, I-32 is 3. Texas, R-34 is 4. That's a win for the Rangers. July 27th, and before we move into this, I'm going to take a quick break so I can get something started for dinner. And we're back. Starting on July 27th, we've got the Orioles and the Angels both being N's. The Orioles roll a 12, that's 1. The Angels roll a 46, That's 4. That's a win for the Halos. Giants and the Diamondbacks. Giants, T33 is 4. Arizona, S12, that's 2. The Giants will double up the Snakes. Once again, we've got the American League Fashion Show as the White Sox are taking on the Red Sox, switching venues this time. White Sox, R46 is 5. Red Sox, Q16, that's 3. That's a win for the Pale Hose. Cardinals and the Cubs. St. Louis, S12 is 2. Chicago, U55 is 8. And the Cubs will beat up the Baby Bears will beat up the Redbirds. Marlins and the Reds. Florida, N52 is 4. Cincinnati, O63 is 6. That'll be a win for the Reds. Indians and the Tigers. Cleveland, P63 is 7. Detroit, N61 is 5. That's a win for the Tribe over the Kitty Cats. Rockies and the Dodgers. Colorado, U24 is 4. Los Angeles, M63, that is 6. That's a win for the Dodgers. Padres and the Brewers are both O's. San Diego rolls a 23, that's 3. Milwaukee rolls a 65, that's 8. And the beer makers will get the priests drunk and have their way with them. Braves and the Expos. Atlanta, M16 is 2. Expos, Q63 is 7. That's another win for the Expos. Phillies and the Mets. Philadelphia, R44 is 5. Mets, O41 is 4. That's a win for the Fightin' Phils. Royals and the Athletics are both R's. Kansas City rolls a 33. That's 4. Oakland rolls a 15. That's 3. That's another win for Kansas City. Astros and the Pirates are both O's. The Astros roll a 52. That's 5. The Pirates roll a 32. That's 3. The Spacefarers will blast the Buccaneers from orbit. Twins and the Mariners. Minnesota, U31 is 4. Mariners, V32 is 5. That's a win for Seattle. Devil Rays and the Rangers. Both teams roll a 22. Tampa Bay's I is good for 2. Texas's P is good for 3, and that's good for a win for the Rangers. Yankees and the Blue Jays. Yankees, Q41 is 5. Toronto, R34, that is 4, and that's a win for the Bronx Bombers. Just rubbing my eye a little bit. July 28th, Orioles and the Angels are both N's. Orioles roll a 46. That is 4. Angels roll a 61. That's 5. That's a win for the Halos. Giants and the Diamondbacks. San Francisco, T56 is 8. Arizona, S33. That's 4. The G-Men will double up the Snakes. White Sox and the Red Sox. Chicago, R31 is 3. Boston, Q24 is also 3. They will have extras. White Sox roll a 1, plus 1 is 2. Boston rolls a 5, minus 1 is 4. That's a win for the Red Sox in extras. Cardinals and the Cubs. Cardinals, S12 is 2. Chicago, U15 is 4. The Baby Bears will once again double up the Redbirds. Marlins and the Reds. Florida, N65 is 8. Cincinnati, O24 is 3. That's a win for the Fishies. Indians and the Tigers have a doubleheader. Game 1. Cleveland, P32 is 4. Detroit, N31, that is 3. Cleveland takes Game 1. Game 2. Cleveland, P63, that is 7. Tigers, N52, that's 4. Cleveland will get both of those games. Rockies and the Dodgers. Rockies, U64 is 9. Dodgers, M56 is 5. That's a win for the Rockies. Padres and the Brewers are both O's. San Diego rolls at 21. That is 2. Milwaukee rolls at 25. That is 3. And the Beer Makers will once again get the priests drunk and have their way with them. Braves and the Expos will see these two teams tomorrow night. Braves, M31 is 3. Expos, Q25 is also 3. They will have extras. Braves roll a 1. -2 is -1. Expos roll a 2 +0. That'll be a win for Montreal in extras. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies, R34 is 4. Mets, O16 is 2. The Phillies will double up the Mets. Royals and the Athletics are both R's. Royals roll a 63. That is 8. Athletics roll a 22. That's 3. That's a win for Kansas City. Astros and the Pirates are both O's and have a doubleheader. Game 1. Houston rolls an 11 for 0. Pittsburgh rolls a 44 for 4. The Pirates will hang the Jolly Roger for Game 1. Game 2. The Astros roll a 41. That's 4. The Pirates roll a 45. Also 4. Game 2 will go to extras. The Astros roll a 6 +0. The Pirates roll a 2 +1 is 3. The two teams will split the twin bill. Twins and the Mariners. Minnesota, U65 is 9. Seattle, V36 is 5. That'll be a win for the Twins. Devil Rays and the Rangers. Tampa Bay, I-55 is 4. Texas, P44 is a big game for Texas. 61 will send them back 4 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're on column L. 24 is 2. That'll be a win for the Rays. Yankees and the Blue Jays. Yankees, Q56 is 6. Toronto, R42, that is 4. That's a win for the Bombers. And that is your Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey Games. If your team won today, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we will be at Olympic Stadium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, as the Atlanta Braves will be playing the Montreal Expos. John Burkett will be on the mound for the Braves, and Tony Armas will be on the mound for the Expos. Wednesday, we're going to have another block in the season replay, but we'll have more on that during tomorrow night's 7th inning stretch. Before all of that, I will be live on Jester's channel tonight at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, as we continue our top 100 board games of all time countdown. We're going from number 30 to number 21 tonight, so stop by for that. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Cooking with Deadpool cookbook as we're making the side Boxing Day bread. Next week, we're doing a little bit of stress testing for something new on the channel. Well, that's not for something new, but it's for a different way to get to it. We're going to be playing Bowl-O-Rama by Play Games with some special rules, but I'll hold those close until we get there. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone. The Seattle Mariners get off to a fast start and managed to defeat the Kansas City Royals tonight by a final score of 13-6. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys later tonight.